Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining. My name is Brennan. I'm one of the co-founders at Wholesale, and today I'm joined by Taylor over at Reebelo. Um, we've obviously had a Reebelo integration for a while. Many of you have been using it, but we are coming today to announce some really exciting updates that have been made to make the process of getting your listings and your SKUs over onto Reebelo way simpler and faster than it's been previously. So if you are already an existing customer of both platforms, you know Taylor. You've probably worked with me as well, so we can skip the the big introductions. But yeah, we're excited to share this with you, and we'll dive kind of right into what these updates are to our existing integration. So hopefully you can all see the slide deck that I'm sharing. So there are three critical elements of these updates that we're launching and talking about today. And one of them is automatic listing imports, bringing in your listings from Reebelo automatically. This is something that's caused, I think, a ton of lag time and frustration for new customers that are onboarding and trying to get their stuff listed on Reebelo. So we've launched that. We're announcing that. The second part is this listing opportunities tool that you've seen maybe us launch or talk about with a few other channels, and it's now come to Reebelo. And it's come to Reebelo with this third element that I'm talking about today, which is really exciting, of the ability to export the SKUs on your listing opportunities table and page over to your Cobalt account with Reebelo. And so this is the kind of these three ingredients make the process of, if you already have your e-commerce channels for other marketplaces set up in Wholesale, and you want to get the products that you're selling on those channels and that you have in stock listed on Reebelo, we've just cut the time from this down probably by 10x. So it's making a huge difference. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over to some live tabs in Wholesale to show you what these features are and how they work. And then Taylor's going to talk to you a little bit about the reseller program and just what this looks like from Reebelo's side. So I'm going to dive right in. So if you are an active Wholesale user, the settings page for the Reebelo integration should look familiar, but there are a couple of new elements. So those three things that I'm talking about, I'm going to go through them sequentially. The first aspect, if you scroll down on your settings page in Reebelo, is this automatic product import. So what this does is, if you've got listings that you've created on Reebelo, previously you had to come in and go into Wholesale and click Sync Listings on the Listings tab to bring those listings into Wholesale, to make sure the SKUs were in Wholesale and mapped, and so that when your orders imported from Reebelo, the SKUs would be recognized and everything would work properly. You can now turn on this automatic import, and whenever you create new SKUs and map them on Reebelo's side, so your products on Reebelo are being listed, when you've got those listings up and live, they will automatically import to Wholesale. This, again, kind of cures one of the areas that we've seen of confusion and problems that people have had when getting their stuff listed and connected to their SKUs in Wholesale. So we recommend that everybody now, if you were already using this integration, we recommend that you come in here and turn this on to import products automatically. If you are starting out, we recommend turning that on from the get-go. So that will bring in listings that you've created on Reebelo, whether you've created them from our export features or not. That will bring them in automatically. And this is running on a job every 5 to 20 minutes. So it will keep your Wholesale account in your Reebelo integration and your Reebelo Cobalt account in sync in a much better way. So that's feature one. Feature number two is our listing opportunities page. And I've got that popped open on this other tab here. So let's go over there. So when you pop to your listing opportunities page, what this is going to show you, and this is like one of the coolest features that we've put out in Wholesale in a while, is it's going to show you listings. It's going to show you SKUs that you have in Wholesale where you have inventory for them. So here I've got this SKU in Wholesale. I've got one of them in stock, and this is going to be where, if we go back to our details page for the Reebelo integration under inventory, the inventory matches these settings, the warehouse and status settings for the integration in Wholesale. So, you're telling Wholesale, I want to sync inventory from these statuses and these warehouses over to Reebelo. That's the inventory that I'm willing to sell right now. That's ready for e-commerce sale. And if Wholesale notices that any of those items that you have in inventory are not yet listed on Reebelo, they're going to show up here. So obviously, I think this is really critical for if you are a brand new Reebelo seller, you've got your listing set up on another channel like Amazon, Back Market, eBay, Swappa, etc. You have all those SKUs set up. When you set up the Reebelo integration for the first time, you can come to this listing opportunities page and you will see all the SKUs that you have currently in stock that are not listed on Reebelo. And we have this, okay, Dovid asked the question, can we set functionality and carrier status as well for filter? You can't do that right now, Dovid, but we've heard that that feature request and we're listening to it. So, you know, we want to add the ability for you to filter more on this listing opportunities page. For right now, it's going to show you all the stuff that you have in stock that match the status and warehouse filters, but we know you want to see functionality filters and carrier filters as well. And so that will be coming as time goes on. But you can definitely see, just to make it clear, you can see the product, the grade, and any functionality condition tags that are here on those products. So you're going to have to visually filter them, but you know, filters are something we hear as a request and are thinking about and working on. So you're going to see on this table all of these different SKUs that you have that could be listed on Reebelo. And for those of you that have seen this this feature come out for our other integrations, you've seen that for some integrations, there's no actionable capabilities from this table. The whole point of the table is just to show you, look, you need to go to the channel, create the listings, and that's all fine and well. We think that's saving you time, kind of exporting spreadsheets and comparing what you have listed on different channels. But with Reebelo, we've been able to build this export feature where you can select the SKUs that you want to export over to Cobalt, and you can hit bulk actions and export those SKUs over to Reebelo. So again, what this is allowing you to do is, instead of exporting a spreadsheet, going through the spreadsheet and saying, okay, what do I need to upload? What do I already have there? This will show you. And remember, it's always, if you have that automatic, the thing that I showed first, that automatic import turned on, this is continually importing your latest SKUs over from that you've got listed on Reebelo. So it's staying in sync. And so this will be a live view whenever you come to this page of the SKUs that you are probably going to want to get listed on Reebelo. And here you can export them to Reebelo in one click. So we click this, it asks us to set a price for this iPhone 15 Pro. So we can set that price and we can hit save. I actually already did this a little bit earlier, so I'm just going to pop over to my Cobalt section and show you. But that iPhone 15 shows up in Cobalt, and this sync, we've seen it. It's not necessarily instantaneous. If you click the button, if you click this save button, it will send that SKU over. And if it doesn't appear immediately, it might take somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes to show up. So that's what all of these, I've done these as test SKU exports. They show up in Reebelo with the name of the product. And so WholeCell is setting that name based on kind of the details about the manufacturer, model, capacity, color, variant, network that you have in WholeCell and condition. And then the SKU that you have assigned in WholeCell is being sent over as well, right there. So you can see that. And so then these items arrive over in Rebelo's Cobalt system, and they're ready to be mapped. So you still need to map them to create them as live listings, and Taylor can tell you more about that side of the process. And we also have Matt on the call. So Matt Child works at Reebelo, helping sellers with their integrations, the integration with WholeCell being hopefully their favorite. And so Matt will be working with you. If you need help, you'll be getting it from me on the WholeCell side and Matt on the Reebelo side, presumably, on how to get these listings mapped. But the whole point is, we're sending them over from WholeCell with all of the information about the products that you need to map them to the correct product listing ID over on Rebelo's side. And once you get it mapped, it is a live listing that you can sell on Reebelo. So to summarize all of this used to be a process where you were exporting an inventory report as a spreadsheet from WholeCell. You were comparing which SKUs you already had listed, which SKUs you didn't have listed, and then trying to upload the SKUs that you didn't have listed. And this was occurring every single time you had new SKUs that you'd added to WholeCell and new inventory in stock. And so we wanted to take that and reduce it so that it's just as simple as going to your WholeCell account, going to listing opportunities, seeing what you don't have listed, and exporting it. And we've effectively done that. This is live in all wholesale accounts now. So in your Reebelo integration settings, you can go in, you can start trying out these features. I'd say remember that when you export your SKUs from your listing opportunities, it may take a few minutes. This isn't necessarily an instant export. So it may take anywhere from a minute to 15 minutes for these to show up. But they will show up in your Cobalt dashboard, and you'll be able to map them and get those listings created. And so you should be able to hypothetically get set up as a Reebelo seller with all of your important SKUs on Reebelo in probably under an hour. And I think that's a huge, dramatic improvement from where we were before. So that's the demo of this wholesale side of things. I'm going to pass things over to Taylor to talk about the Reebelo side, and we'll go from there.
Great. Thanks, Brennan. And again, we really appreciate your partnership and your speed to market. You're just like us. You like to move fast. So we really love that. Most of the names that I see in the chat are familiar faces. So that's great. There's a couple names I don't recognize. So I'll be brief here. But if there are questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. And to answer your question, Mohammed, yes, there's nothing that you need to do on the wholesale side there to map that inventory. There's a separate mapping process that happens on the Reebelo side that we can show you very easily. So you can do that yourself. Again, Matt and I can show you. Feel free to reach out to us and we'll walk you through that process. But again, very quick for us to get that inventory live on our side. So again, talked with many of you already, so I'll be brief, just go through a couple touch points and kind of reiterate some of our future plans here and where we sit currently in the market. So Brennan, if you want to jump to the next slide for me. So an exciting thing that I tell our sellers is, look, we're a US based company, right? We're really investing in the market here. We do have operations and marketplace presence in other markets, but our developers are here. Your support is here. The team is here to help you grow in the market. And so, we took a Series A round of funding to really grow the US market, and we're going to continue to invest heavily in the market and bring you new customers, right? That's the whole goal. Is we see so much opportunity in this space to grow it, right? And to convert buyers that maybe had never considered a refurbished purchase before and help them understand the value proposition. And we're seeing, tremendous growth on our side and in the market. So that's the bet we're making. We're not saying we're going to replace anyone, but we're going to be a value added channel for you and bring you new customers. Brennan, go ahead and jump to the next slide, please. So again, just looking at our growth trajectory, the thing, again, the whole value proposition here for you is we're growing really fast, right? We're growing really fast. We're bringing new customers in every single day. Business is up and to the right. And so it's an opportunity for you to get in early still and take part of that growth and increase revenue. If you want to jump to the next slide, Brennan, I think the most important thing that everybody really cares about here on this call, we know it's a margin slim industry, right? And, our goal is to be the best partner possible, return your capital to you quicker, pay you out as fast as we can, keep commission lower than some of our competitors, reduce the amount of fees that you get. And so again, while we're growing really quickly, we're also mindful of the margin sensitivity, and we want to be a good partner and, be a little bit more competitive for the commission. And so that's your value proposition is, if you're selling on some of these other channels, I think you'll find us very competitive in terms of fees, overall commission. There's a lot of additional fees that you're paying that you may not realize. So if you have not signed up to be a seller with us, Brennan put a link there for Reebelo seller sign up there at the bottom. Go ahead and click that. That will go right to myself and my team, and we will reach out today and get in touch with you and talk you through next steps on getting up and selling on Reebelo. And to all of our current partners, we really appreciate your partnership. The sellers on this call, please reach out if you're having any issues to myself to Brennan. We'll make sure that we get it taken care of and, get you selling some more inventory. So Brennan, that's all I had on my side. Just wanted to say a quick hello, give a quick update. If you're not selling with us, let's get you up and running.
Cool. Thanks, Taylor. Yeah, and I think maybe I'm reiterating what you've said, but to everyone that's on the call that's that is or is a Reebelo seller right now or is considering signing up. Harry and I at Wholesale have been working with a lot of different channels, and you see us launching various features and new updates for our integrations with those channels. But from Reebelo specifically, we've been really excited to see just how hungry they are and just how willing to meet us at the table and work on this integration they are. So that's one of the reasons that Taylor and I are on this webinar today. Is I just went and visited Taylor and Matt out in Utah. Had a great time. We talked about how to make this integration better, and then a few weeks later, you're seeing pretty massive improvements to the workflow. So we're really, what they call dog fooding. We're really trying to use the products that you are ending up using as the sellers, moving your inventory from wholesale onto the channels that you sell on. And for this experience with Reebelo, Taylor, Matt, Harry, myself, we are all really trying to figure out what are the slow points, what are the issues that you're running into, and smooth those out so that your experience can be as you've got plenty of other things to worry about, buying more products, dealing with all of the parts of the pipeline that are exciting, like fulfillment. And so our job is to make those the listing on the channel process and the fulfillment of channel orders as smooth as possible. So this is not the end. This is the beginning of more and more updates. And I think selling on Reebelo really behooves all of our sellers that want to try a marketplace that has got really hungry, sharp people behind it. And that's what has been so much fun in terms of working with Taylor and Matt. So thanks, Taylor. It's been a great partnership. I've got my Reebelo swag right here on the webinar. So if anybody's got any questions, you've got Taylor and I at your disposal here. We're watching the chat. We'll watch it for another couple minutes here. And otherwise, if you're watching this afterwards as a recording, or if you end up having questions later on, I think you will be in very good hands working with Matt on the Reebelo side, or Taylor and myself on the wholesale side. Our whole mission is to get you set up to get all of the SKUs that you want to sell listed and live, so that you can get a full taste of what it's like selling on Rebelo's platform. The proof here is in the pudding. The things that Taylor is saying about their fee structure compared to other channels. To see that and experience it, we need to make sure you get all of your inventory listed there, and you start going through sales and experiencing what selling on their channel is like compared to others. And that's what we're trying to make it incredibly easy for you to do. So no other questions have come in. Taylor, is there anything else that you want to add before we let people off to their weekends?
No, I appreciate you representing the Reebelo brand, and I should have shown up in my WholeCell.io t-shirt. So thanks for that. But no, again, just to reiterate, we really appreciate the partnership. We're just getting started. We're still very early on here. We've been growing so fast, but there's still so much more to go do. And so that's the exciting thing, for this partnership, for our sellers. We appreciate you getting in with us, and we look forward to continued growth.
Great. Yeah, thanks, Taylor. It's been a lot of fun. For our customers and sellers, any feedback or questions that you have, please send them through Wholesale. Send them to the Reebelo team. Compared to many other, I think, software companies or marketplaces, you will get a response from someone who really knows and potentially even had a hand in building these integrations and these features that we have. So that, I think, is the major difference between using us over other platforms and using this integration with this channel with Reebelo over other channels. So we're here to help. As always, thank you all for your time. We appreciate you joining us on a Friday before you take off for the weekend, and we'll see you in the next one of these. Cheers.